Alright, Shalom. Call her Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi. Alright, Bashim Cup of Yahawashi. Alright, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, elders. Salutations to you brothers that's pushing the word in sincerity and truth. Alright, we just want to do a video coming into those times. Those times we in the times that America is going to be destroyed, the prophecy is going to be fulfilled. Yahawashi is going to reveal himself. You know, the Father is going to give him the green light to open up on this society, man. So, you know, we ought to pray to Yahawashi Yahawashi according to the scriptures and endure until the end. But we can't do this, it's not of ourselves, it's of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Alright? So we're going to just talk about the persecution that Yahawashi went through and how we're going to get a taste of that, you know?
This is Matthew 20, verse 20. It says, Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him, and desiring a certain thing of him. It's talking about they were worshiping Yahawashi for some of you guys. It says, And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on thy left, in thy kingdom. But Yahawashi answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask.
Yeah, she sought of a carnal high position for her sons. You know? Go ahead.
It says, And said, Ye know not what you ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, We are able.
Yeah, Yahawashi drank of that cup. Alright, and that was the persecution that he went through, the chastening that he went through, and all of that. Alright. So we're gonna have to bear that cup, man. We're gonna get a similar taste of that cup. We're gonna have to drink of it. As a matter of fact, give me Acts 14 and 22. And then, you know, we're going to have to deal with this. You know, we're going to have to deal with the persecution that's going to come, that's going to arise for the word's sake. All right, we're going to have to deal with the slanders that's going to come. People are going to try to lay hands on certain men. All right, we're going to have to deal with that, man. Go ahead.
This is Acts 14 and 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
And this is what they was teaching 2,000 years ago. Exhorting one another to continue in the faith. Alright? And that's what we do for the brethren that listen to these videos, that watch these videos. Start with the elder apostles. Alright? They've always told us that we're going to have to suffer for this word's sake. They gave us the example of what happened during 9/11. Alright? And the persecution. You know, I believe Albert Bibbins, if I'm not mistaken, I think he died in his word, man.
Yeah.
You know? So these are examples of what we're going to have to deal with in this road that lies ahead, man. Go ahead.
Come. It says, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
So in order to enter into the kingdom of the Most High, Yahweh is his name, we have to deal with the tribulation. Alright? We have to suffer for it. You know?
Quick reset. This is Revelation.
Speak up, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. It says, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. It says, Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Yeah, and that's what Yahawashi said. So to drink of that cup, Yahawashi said, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. And he admonished us that if we have to go into these prisons, these concentration camps, that may be run by robots, you know, or whatever the case may be, whatever Esau has that he's going to unveil in these last days, we're going to have to deal with it. But fear none of these things which we shall suffer. Because he already told us that these things is going to take place. All right? And that's the faith. And which is a gift. It's a gift that we were able to receive these words. Yeah.
Alright, this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 17. It says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles."
Yeah, some men amongst the camps, you know, in Great Millstone are going to be brought before governors and kings, you know, modern day senators, city councilmen, you know, to testify this word. All right, and these are the things that Yahweh Shah said, you know. So we have these words before they happen.
If I may, not only did he say it, he went through it.
Yep.
You know, and you're going to have to drink of the cup that he drunk. You know?
Yeah, because he was scourged in the synagogue. All right, he was made to carry his own instrument that he would be put to death on. He was spit on. He was mocked on. He was ridiculed. He was demonized.
He was arrested, killed.
Yep.
Verse 19, it says, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother."
Yeah, so go back, stop right there. So we're going to be used as a vessel, you know, to carry out these things that Yahweh Shah spoke about, you know. Read it back.
Verse 19, it says, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak."
So we don't have to think about what we're going to say in that specific hour when we're going to be face to face with the devil, man. Some brothers are going to be, and brothers are going to be face to face with the devil, man. Satan, man. You know? And then you're going to look in Satan's eyes, man, and that's going to be the time of trial, man. Whatever spirit that the Lord put on a man for you, you know, an Edomite, man, you know, to persecute you, to torture you. It's like Antiochus Epiphanes. The Lord put the spirit on him to persecute the Israelites in Israel, man. And there was men before them to carry out the orders of Antiochus, man, and put Jake to death, man. That's what you're going to be dealing with, man. Those same spirits, man. Go ahead.
"For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you."
So when that time the spirit of the Father that speaketh within us, that pushes us to go out there on the highways and hedges, is going to give us some harsh rebukes, man, for the wicked, man.
Verse 21, it says, "And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death."
Yeah, and then you're going to have a time of where family members are going to try to tell on certain brothers, you know, give them up to the feds, you know, on that type of shit.
Even brothers that we so-called call
Yeah.
brothers within our camp is going to give us up. You know, they're going to be found to be a fraud in that day.
Yep.
You know, because we call each other family. You know, we take each other in as family. And family going to give us up.
Well, Judas was amongst
Exactly.
Israel, you know. Judas was amongst Judas was amongst Yahushua. You know, as an example unto the, you know, in these times, man. Because he was made an example. All right, so this is all part of what we're gonna have to go through, what we're gonna have to suffer, and the stories that we're gonna have to tell to Israel when these things are over. You know, when this is over with, man. Micah 7. Go ahead, read.
Verse 22, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endured to the end shall be saved."
So after being hated for Yahweh's name's sake, if you endure until the end, the same shall be saved, man. So after the betrayals, all right, after the suffering that you have to suffer, you know, after the persecutions, and you endure until the end, you shall be saved, man.
Verse 23 says, "But when they persecute you in the city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?
Can you read that back? Because there's a lot of meat on it.
Come. From 23.
Yeah, when it said the servant of the master.
Come. Verse 24. It says, the disciple is not above his master.
Yeah, the disciple is not above his master. Yahawashi said, if we continue in his word, then we indeed are the Lord's disciples, man. And the scriptures say the disciple is not above his master. All right, go ahead.
Nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master.
It is enough for the disciple as he be as his master. So we have to strive to be like our master, which is Yahawashi. Go ahead.
And the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?
Yeah, so read it again.
Come.
If they had called the master of the house Beelzebub.
If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?
Yeah, how much more shall they call him of his household? And we are of the household of Yahawashi, man. Alright? And that's why all these groups, they hate us, man. Alright? All these groups, they slander us. They quick to say that we rape little girls. And quick to throw accusations. They did the same thing to Yahawashi, man. Alright? You know, they slandered him.
Yeah, that's why. Who was his name? Pilate. He said, I see no fault in this man. You know, just like those two witnesses in that debate. You know, saying with the rape slander. You know, they see no fault in us. You know, it's like, nah, man, it makes sense what they were saying. Definitely.
Hey, so can you read that in Micah real quick?
It says 7 and
I think 7 and 8.
oh,
I will bear the indignation.
that's 7 and 9. You want me to start from 8 or 7?
Just start at the point. Start at-
Con. This is Micah 7, verse 9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him.
Yeah, this is the righteous anger of the Heavenly Father. Alright, that's why we gotta bear all of this stuff, man. For Yahawashi sake, he had to bear, we gotta bear. We gotta bear the slander, we gotta bear the bad things. We gotta bear the bitter part of this truth. Alright, go ahead.
It said, until he plead my cause and they execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Yeah, that's good because read that one more time.
Come. This is Micah 7, verse 9. It says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Yeah, we gotta bear the indignation of Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. You know, that means we gotta take what is brought upon us. Alright? Because we sinned against him. In our past life we sinned against the Lord, man. Alright, so whatever the Lord bring upon us, we gotta take it. We gotta deal with it. You know?
Yeah.
Until he plead our cause, until he bring death and destruction upon this place and we can call upon him for safety and help, we gotta bear his indignation, man. Alright? Keep reading. Finish that up.
Yep, that was it on that part. You want me to keep going?
Yeah. Just read that again one more time.
Okay. It says, Micah 7, verse 9, it says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Yeah, and the Lord is going to execute judgment for us, you know. So when you're in that situation, we got to bear the indignation until the Lord execute judgment for us and bring us to the light, man. Yahawashi is that light, man. All right? Y'all got some more scriptures?
You want to hop back in Matthews?
Yeah, you want to real quick.
But
Go ahead.
verse 22, it says, But Yahawashi answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with, they say unto him, we are able. And that's the spirit you gotta be in. You know, you gotta be in that spirit of James and John. You know,
That we're able to
that,
bear.
that we're able to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we're willing to do it because you know we know the meaning. You know.
Yeah, yeah. You know when the disciples used to get their ass whipped, man, they would praise the Heavenly Father, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they praised them that they were worthy to bear that indignation.
Yeah, like when Peter and in the book of Acts when they got beat, when they was demanded not to who was it, Peter and John?
Got it?
Yeah, yeah. It was they demanded not to teach in the name.
Brother got it.
Yeah, got it right.
You got it.
This is
Bring out what you got.
This is Acts chapter 5, verse 41. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name.
Yeah.
Because they were suffering shame for the name of Yahawashi, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, man. Just like we suffer shame for Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear the shit that these scoffers be talking, man. Or the shit that they say when they walking up and down the street, on the highways and hedges, man. You know?
Yeah, and Peter and John, they came out and spoke the name in great boldness. Spoke in the name of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai in great boldness. And that's what James and John was doing. They was bold when they said, yeah, we are able. You know? And that's the spirit that we got to be in. We got to say we are able to drink of that cup, you know, to reach our rest, you know?
Yeah, because we have to drink of the cup in order to get the rest.
Exactly.
There's no other option. That's why the scriptures say, can we talk about Timothy's endure hardness?
Come.
Good soldier. Yeah, because you have to be hard to endure that cup with. It's like the military, man. This truth is like the military, man.
Yeah.
You know, the spiritual military. Go ahead.
This is why you gotta endure hardness. This is verse 23. It says, and he said unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left, it is not of mine to give, but it shall be given to them whom is prepared for my Father. But the point is, it says, ye shall indeed drink of my cup and be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with. You know?
Yeah, we're going to drink of that cup, man. We're going to drink of that cup, man. Go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahawashi HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Yeah, Yahawashi have chosen men to be soldiers, man, in this thing, man. So our duty is to please him and endure, drink of that cup, you know, and fight this fight, man. Because eventually, everybody's out here weary when this famine coming, this destruction, man. The men of the Lord is going to be, we're going to have life, man. Because there's going to be a certain apathy. You know, I went into the word apathy, man. And let me see real quick. It's going to be apathy out here in the streets of America. Lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern, man. You know? A lack of interest in life, man, because people are going to be suffering so bad.
Yeah.
The men of the Lord, man, we got something to look forward to, man. We look forward to that light after we bear the indignation of Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, man. Alright? Y'all got scriptures?
Yeah, come. We got precept in Revelation. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
Yeah, so how are we going to overcome? What did you say? How the scriptures say how did they overcome?
It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
By the blood of the Lamb is Yahawashi.
Yeah.
Who we were speaking of this whole video, Yahawashi, man. That's that light that we look to see come out of the heavens, man. Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, so this devil's about to come down with great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Esau, so-called white man, all right, he's going to bring hell upon these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans pretty soon, man. And it's going to be at the hand of the Heavenly Father, man. Yeah. Anything else? Alright, you know, hey, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honesty, apostles of great millstone. Salutation to you, brothers. Pushing. Shalom.
Shalom.